Hey everybody, welcome to our first video, our first episode, and the first season of Are You Bored Yet? And this series is going to be board games, or card games, or what have you, and different types of board games and card games. And it's not Yahtzee, it's more advanced stuff. And the first game we're going to crack at is Arkham Horror, and this is very complex, so this is probably going to be a long video, and I'm going to be chopping sections out because we're probably going to end up playing this all day. Series comes out once a month. The third, I think it's the third Sunday of the month, we get, a bunch of guys get together and we play different board games and experience different gameplay and stuff. And it's usually always a different game, or games that we like we'll play 2-3 times and move on to the next one. But every week we'll just feature one board game / card game, and that's what you're gonna have. That's gonna be episode. Alright, so this is the season 1, episode 1, and this is currently May 2013, so this will be the first episode. And they're not going to be in parts. I'll just link them together, and like I said, I don't know how long this video is going to be right now. It might be a couple hours, so it's one of those things you just sit back and relax and enjoy. If you want to learn these games, this is a good time to sit back and watch how the whole gameplay takes place. Well, I'm going to introduce the game and start setting this up. It's a big setup, and there's a lot of setup going on. I'm going to try to get through as quickly as possible, and when the guys get here, we'll turn the camera on and we'll try to start playing this thing. Alright? Okay, let's open this box and see what we got. This game is based on the H.P. Lovecraft series, Call of Cthulhu. Where he is, there he is. That's on the cover. Arkham Horror, Lovecraft. Okay, catalog, which we don't need to read. And here's the book. Look at this thing. This thing is ridiculous. Look at this. The back does, offers some cheat sheets, so, which is pretty good. I'll show you the phases. There's the phases. And the phases. Upkeep, movement, Arkham encounters, other world encounters, and mythos. Alright. This is a city that takes place outside of Boston. It's in Massachusetts. Alright. Well, here's some of the board. As you see, it's pretty much a town. It's the town of Arkham. And over here is the other world encounters. It says it right here. Other world encounters. So that's the board. Alright. This is a big box of junk. Okay. All these little fancy tokens I put in a little container. All the little ones I have together. So let's get the book out and go by the book for our setup, because alright, this is game setup. A whole page. Alright, we prepared the playing area, so that's fine. Alright, that's done. Initial clues. And clues are going to go on these red. There's a red diamond. You see that red diamond on south side there, and it's the Historical Society, and then there's one over here in the woods. And The clue markers are these things. And we're going to put that in the woods, just like so. And there's all of them all over the board. Zoom out, you can see I'm going to place these things on the red clue. The red diamond. Place these on the red diamond. All the way up there, Independence Square. Here. Here. I believe there are 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is that right? I don't even say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, there's 11. I know it's the red diamond. Get the clue markers. And clue markers, you can cash them in the sealed gates and whatever happens during the game. He said there's a lot going on with this. Bear with us. Okay, what are we doing here? Choose first player. We're going to skip that because they're not here yet. Determine investigators. Reveal ancient one. We're going to do all that in order when they get here. Alright, I'm going to set the decks up. Shuffle the decks. And we have to create a monster cup. I want to show you the monsters and the gates. And what happens is, these are the gates. Okay, they're circle pegs, and they represent the outer worlds here, over here. And this is the back end. And what you do, you just shuffle them up. And shuffle them up. Shuffle them up. And I believe there's 2 for every outer world. And you just put that there. This is going to be our monster cup. It's just a bag. And these are all different monsters. See this guy here? Focusing on it. Okay, and then the back end's got all types of stuff that happens to this guy, and all these mean something. We'll get into it later during the game. And this is the movement. There's black around here that tells you how the monster moves. All kinds of stuff going on. So they're in here, and we just not look when we pick one because the bag's see-through. Easy enough. These are the investigators, and the game comes with these little pegs here and up there so you can see it. And we'll say that you're this hot chick, and you put it on there, and that's how you move around. You're there, you move around. So that's how investigators work. You also get the investigator cards, which are these. There's that hot chick, Jenny Barnes, and I'll explain this as when the guys get here. So everybody's an investigator, and you work together to seal gates as they open. And once all the gates are sealed, or a certain number of gates, depending on many players, and you win. There's a couple thing else going on. These guys, Cthulhu, these are the ancient ones, or I call them the end guys, or the final boss. They have special powers. They have special powers during their attack. This is their doom track. Every time a new gate opens, you have to put a doom marker, which is this little thing. It's like an eyeball. You put it there, and then you keep adding, and when you get to 13 for this particular monster, when you get to 13, this guy wakes up. So everything that happens, everything that's going on in the game is done And now all the investigators that are still alive have to fight this end guy off. And trust me, from what I've been reading with this stuff, I don't think you can win with fighting these guys off unless you got some crazy powers you collected through the game. This guy here, he's got a -0 attack because, what's that say? The end is here. So there's no, you don't fight this guy. This guy wakes up and he's at a 14. This guy wakes up, it's over. You don't even fight him. The whole universe is just gone. You blow him right out of here. There's another swamp thing looking creature. We got a priest. King in yellow. Narrow top. Scary looking shit. This guy's weird looking. Looks like hell. Scary lizard guy. And that's all of them. Cthulhu, which we saw already. We'll pick one. We'll figure out. You can flip them over like that and pick, or we'll decide it when we, when they get here, and we'll figure it out then. Everybody gets money. They got a little $5 and dollars. Look at that. Look at that stuff. Everybody gets money depending on their card. You can collect money throughout the game. Okay. This box should be on the chair. Okay, this is the first player marker. So when we roll, there it is. Guy holding a lantern. First player marker. These little cards here are tiny. These are the investigator cards. There's retainers. You see, this is the Silver Twilight Lodge membership. Okay. We got spells. Alright, so that's a spell there. And they look like that. They got the book. There's that. What are these? These are allies. You can pick allies up throughout the game. Picture of a person. You can see it says ally up top. See? Different people. I know there's a dog in there. There's a dog. Duke. So there's allies. There's common items and random items. Let me see here. I don't want to lead you on to something that's not true. There is. That's a spell. These are skills that have the diploma looking thing on them. These are skills. There's one that's called Marksman. It's focus. There it is. Marksman. And then we have the one with the gun on it, which are common items. See the gun? And this is a cavalry. See that? Saber. And it tells you what goes on. Okay, these are unique items. It's got the elder sign on it. Holy water, look at that. Pouring right out of there. So, these are all stuff that you accumulate throughout the game. And you have them set up in decks. You can shuffle them up. They're supposed to be shuffled. Okay. So I'm just going to put these on this side for now, out the way. There's retainers, getting $2 on the upkeep phase, which was the first phase. Okay, so we talked about investigators, the ancient one, monsters. I want to talk about decks now. We have location decks. They are 2, 4, 6, there's 7 for each color, and each color represents a section of town. Now see how this is red here? I don't know if you can see that. No, we'll just zoom in on you. Alright, see this is red, uptown. So the locations are red. So locations are red around in a red circle. So you would take your red deck, and you would pick one, you shuffle it up, and shuffle it out, and shuffle them up, and you would pick one. Just to save space, I keep all the colored decks together like that, like so, just like this. And when you're ready to pick it up, there you get purple. You hunt for it, you pick your 7 cards up, you hand them to the person that's, you know, that's going through that phase, and that's that. Okay, that's actually the Arkham encounter phase, which is one of the phases you go through. I know it sounds confusing if you never played this. Alright, so the first, let's start. The first phase is the upkeep. What that means is, like, that retainer I just showed you, you get $2. I believe that particular one said that. So you take $2 out of the bank, money bag, $2 out, and you hand it to the guy that gets it, the investigator gets it. So sometimes this is a photographer. Sometimes no background. Sometimes there'll be you got to read this stuff. They have special abilities and stuff, and sometimes it says on upkeep phase you got to do this. This particular guy don't have it, but he starts out with all this stuff, which one special retainer, so that's random. Well, I mean, it's not random, but these are fixed. I'll explain this later when they get here. Focus is 2. That means you can move this stuff around. Speed, sneak, fight, will, lure, and luck. And stuff moves around throughout the game. So, well, during the upkeep phase it moves around. You can move stuff around. So, you're going to get this little pill looking thing, and you're going to put it on here like this. The blue goes up top, red goes on the bottom. Let's say your focus is 2, which is right there. So if you want to move it 2, now you're at 4 and a 1. So you're taking sneak away to gain speed and speed your movement. So that's the upkeep phase. That's how that works. The second phase is the movement, and that's when you physically move around, and you gotta look at your speed, which is right there. Whatever your location's on, that's your speed. So if you're all the way over here at 5, you can move 5 spots. You can move out of a location into a location. You move into a location, you pick the clue thing up, and it's yours. That's how that works. Everybody moves. Everybody moves around the table, and then everybody does which phase goes around the table. The next phase goes around the table. The next phase is around. So not one person does everything, and then the next person. It doesn't work that way. So we have Arkham Encounters, phase 3. See, Arkham Encounters. That's where these cards come in. That's where these cards come in. If you move into a location, like over here, the woods, you pick this up, you find the red cards, this is right here, you shuffle them, and you pick one, and then you find out what location you're in. Alright, we're not in the hospital, we're in the woods, so we get to read that. And then whatever happens, that's what happens. All 7 cards are different, so this game is steady changing. There's no 2 games alike. There never will be. Never will be. Okay. That's that phase. Other world encounters. Where's that at? Now, if one of you guys, players, are in here, you have to draw these gate cards. Okay? They only got a gate on them. And they're all random. They're all color-coded, as you see. And the color code goes by what's on here. So there's a red and a blue dot here. So you have to keep, if you're in that world, you have to keep drawing. You have to keep drawing until you you find a blue or a red. And then when you find a blue or red, let's see if I can find, here's a blue I just picked up. And that is called the Abyss. And you see if the Abyss is on here. I see Dreamlands, Yoggoth, and other. So we're going to have to read the other. And actually, that's actually a good thing on there. I mean, there's good things and bad things on here. You have no idea what's going to happen. No clue what's going to happen with this. Okay, once that's done, we have to pick the Mythos card. And what that does, the deck this thick, and there's 3 types of Mythos cards. There's an environment, headline, and a rumor. There's not too many rumors out there. Here's a rumor. This says rumor, headline, and environment. I'm on. There it is. Okay. You have to resolve this. You have to resolve this. A rumor will stay out. This rumor will stay out until something happens. So either this passes or fails. There's a situation on here that you have to take care of. Pass or fail, it stays out. If another rumor gets drawn, it gets discarded, and you pick another one. You know, for the fee, draw another card. The headline, they stay out till another headline gets picked up. Okay? Environment stays out until another environment gets drawn. Okay? So you're going to have pretty much 3 different decks flipped over situations going on. So you have to resolve this Mythos card, and we'll get into that later. I'm just showing you the basics, and there's an order to do this. See this over here? Independent square, that tells you where a gate opens, and you would take this gate marker, flip it over, and put it on independent square. That's how you show that to the camera. I'll mix it up. This over here tells you how the monsters move. See the white? There's white arrows on the board. See the black? There's black arrows on the board. Sometimes they're split, going the same direction. The monsters on the board have shapes on them, like shapes like this, and they show you. Oh, where's the monsters? They show you which monsters move. Okay. Here's a monster. See, it's a triangle. See it? Triangle. So, see, the triangle matches. So what happens here is we draw this card. All monsters that have a triangle, slash, and a star on them are going to move on the white. And any monsters that have this octagon or pentagon, whatever that is, I can't see clear right now because it's black. I think it's an octagon. They're going to move to the black. Okay, they're going to move to the black. And there's different, you can see this is, we'll zoom in, see the black and the white arrow. Okay. There's a split. There's a split. So both come out of there and they go into the university section of town. Okay. And depending on the color, like this is green, that's the color of the movement. How the monster moves. Like I said, there's a lot going on with this stuff. Then you got to put the clue. It says, it's activity. Where's the clue at? Oh, that's a rumor. There's no clues at rumors. Appears at the sign spelling. So you would take a clue, take the clue marker, and put it in the sign spelling, and you can go around and collect that. Okay, this tells you a headline, something you can do, and there's 4 phases: the movement, the gate, and things happen when the gate opens. Like University Square, if there's no gate there, you got to. If there's no gate there, any clue markers get put back in the container. We go to our end guy, our ancient one, and we advance it. We put one of these doom tokens. We advance it, and once we get to 13, this guy wakes up. So you're probably thinking, well, maybe it's 13 rounds and the game's over. It's not, because you might draw a card that has a gate on it already. That's considered a monster surge. So every gate that's open, a monster spawns, and depending on how many players and all this other crazy factors on how stuff gets done, so how many monsters come out and how many people monsters go into this outskirts, which is right over here. See that? That's the outskirts, and there's a limit on the outskirts. There's a limit on how many monsters are on the table. Then it depends on how many players are going on, how many players you have. So if one person dies, or if they leave early, or whatever, we might even see that today. I'm not sure, depending on how long this game lasts. It's gonna, you got the rules change, so it's very interesting. Okay, this is the basic gist of the game. There's hard checks, there's sneak checks. We'll get into that when the guys get here, because that's during the gameplay. But you have to set the game up. I half set it up. I'll wait for them to get here so they can pick their guys, get their common items, their random items, and everything else. And we'll start playing this game, and we're going to be set to go. All right, we'll see when the guys get here, and we'll continue.